Right, everybody, press conference reaction time. Now, Ruben Amorim has done his press conference ahead of the game against Everton on Sunday. It was done straight after the game against Bodo Glimt, but he talked about injuries, he talked about what to expect against Everton. We'll be running through everything that he said in that press conference. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Now, the preview will be coming out after in the next couple of days. And yeah, I'm very, very excited. But listen, Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim said his players are well equipped for the visit in the Premier League this weekend. United's new head coach, Bodo Glimt, has now quickly turns to Sunday's assignment in Manchester. Now, Ruben, this was the first question went to him. Ruben, you have done your first away game and you have done your first home game in the Europa League. What are you expecting for your first Premier League home game against Everton? He said, well, win. I'm hoping to win. It's going to be a different match. There will be a lot of fighting, long balls, second balls, a quality coach that understands the league and understands the quality of the opponent. We need to have the ball because we have a short time to recover with the team. So I hope for a win and I hope to see different things from my team like we did from Ipswich to now with Everton. We will be without trading and I expect to see different things, better and bigger things. Now listen, on the game against Everton, it is a quick turnaround. I expect rotation again for Ruben Amorim. It's impossible to play games Thursday, Sunday. Obviously, it's hard to expect the same sort of players to play each game. It obviously will make rotations. And in this game against Everton, it's going to be a really physical game. With the games coming every 3 days, Amorim is learning a lot about his squad from game to game. I think what he said there, he hopes for a win, but we have to keep the ball because some of the players are going to be knackered and we have a short time to recover with the team. Obviously, it won't be a full 11 change, but there definitely will be some players that will be rotated out. Now, he was asked about Diogo Dalot. He said, I want to ask you about Dalot. He made a big difference against Bodo Glimt and was named United's Player of the Season last season. Have you been looking forward, working with him, and can he be a big part of the system as a wing-back? He said it's very powerful. We have to rotate him because sometimes he always looks fresh, but he's not like that. He's not a machine. I think he plays better on the right and we will manage to put him on the right. He's a very good player, very powerful, that can play both sides. And nowadays, a player that can play on both sides is perfect because you can put him in different positions. I expect the same as last year that you saw. A great player that can help the team. And he's a team player. You can feel it in every way. He leads the game and he's very important for us. It's very interesting why they asked him individually on Dalot. Maybe because he did struggle. Dalot's been an excellent player. I think I've seen a stat since Boxing Day last year up until just before the game against Bodo Glimt. He started every single game for Manchester United. Now, that's a lot of games. And it's great to see him get a rest. He's a fantastic player. But again, he's someone who we've had to rely on a lot. And I think he can be a key player under the Amorim system. It's about giving it time to kind of excel and develop. Now, the next thing he said, I think everyone understands you have a difficult job coming in midway through the season. How can you compensate for the lack of time? Can you maybe do, I don't know, have a lot not time, but maybe you can do double training sessions or more videos? Is there any way you can speed up the process or is it impossible? He said, I was a football player, and football players, if a video is more than 12 minutes, they forget, they lose concentration. So we have to work on, imagine there's an outdoor stadium and we have to do, instead of a video, we will do like walking and jogging. It's a way of doing it to show videos. We have all the staff. For example, Carlos Fernandez, who's one of Ruben Amorim's assistants, is with the strikers, and he will show individual moments. We will try to cope with that, and everybody in the staff has a job, and they are more important than me. That's it. Trying to see the game and to see what is missing. They are very good players, and they need to believe, as we will show individual stuff, team stuff, and work. You cannot run, then jog, and make the same exercise. Of course, it's not the same, but you try and manage to win games. It's really great to see Amorim talk with a lot of confidence, a lot of ability. He understands why it is. He's a football player. He talked about how the players won't be able to concentrate, which maybe is an issue, but he's all about coping. Listen, it is very tough. We've got a game every 3 days. We've got Arsenal in a couple of days, or in a few days rather. It's going to be a quick turnaround. We might not win every game. He's kind of learning on the job. He's taking a game by game basis. He said, does this little run then sum up how hard it's going to be for you in these weeks? You've got no time to work with the players and you're going to ask them a lot of new information. On Sunday, you're going to play an Everton team. He's had a full week to prepare and look at how your team plays. He said, yeah, it is what it is. We will rotate players, which I talked about, and we'll be ready. Today, we have to use more like 4 subs to manage the fitness, not the game. We managed the fitness today, and we'll have to do it. We already know what it would be like. No excuses, and we should be ready for Sunday. We have to win. He then asked, in terms of athleticism, you said you want to be better athletes. Is it possible for a player this season to take up this step? He said, without training, you have to use the games. I felt, and I don't know because I have to see the game, I felt we pressed a little bit higher. In Mason Mount, he did 60 minutes with high intensity. Rasmus Højlund was dead in the end. The guys are pushing I'm playing to have to push more, push the guys to the limit and the other guys to train tomorrow. Luke Shaw had some good minutes and then he's going to train now because they are 3 days away from some things we cannot do. We manage all the staff and how to figure it out. We have some ideas on how to cope on that. Listen, it is very interesting to see how Ruben Amorim talks ahead of the game. Obviously, Manchester United do not have many training sessions to kind of work with the team, work with the squad. I'm very excited to see what Amorim could do with these sorts of players. Listen, it's limited time, but we are seeing things from the Ipswich game to the Bodo Glimt game. We are seeing a bit of development and a bit more intensity in the team. Now, he said, you mentioned Mason Mount. The club invested a lot of money in him last summer, and for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out for him last year. Have you seen enough promise from him in the last couple of weeks that he showed he can be a part of your team going forward? The first thing, he's really working hard. And then you have to understand he's human also. He wants us really bad, and that's the most important thing. He talked about the player's desire a lot, to be fair. He carried on saying he proved to all of you that he's a talented player. He was a European champion also, and we believe a lot in him. He has to stay fit like all the guys in the team. They are quality players, but they have to improve and believe in themselves. Today, we're talking about the game against Bodo Glimt. Did a great job, and seeing some moments and some details. So you can see Mason Mount is a proper footballer. We believe a lot in Mason Mount, and I especially believe a lot in him. Now, the last thing, he said, you use wing backs a lot during your managerial career, which is something that United fans aren't traditionally used to seeing. Can you explain what necessarily you want from your players in those wide positions and how that might be different to what they may be used to seeing? He said, today, if I asked you guys what system I use, you saw more 4-4-2 in defending. I think you agree. Then we put two wide players, like the other 20 teams in the league. We have to change the characteristics. Delo and Malacia are more defenders because they have to defend in the back four. And today, Ahmad and Anthony, they are acting like a winger and they stay open. What I want is a good 1-against-1 to open the field, to play, to close the field when we lose the ball. And it's the same in every team. I think the structure is more fluid than you guys think with the 3 defenders. Today we finished without any centre-backs. So for Casemiro, Maswell and Luke Shaw, I think it's more the characteristics of the players and not the real position. And that's something I've talked about. Listen, in commentary yesterday, Robbie Savage kept talking about he wanted to change his formation. Amorim is not going to change his formation for anything. He believes in the formation, he believes in the system, which is absolutely correct. He should. I can understand why people think he would change, but I think he wouldn't change it. That's just the way he is. He's a stubborn manager, but in a good way. And I think he can really have an impact on this Manchester United team. I think his formation is absolutely fantastic. And I think he will be a key man for Manchester United going forward. But listen, let me know your thoughts. That's been a presser reaction. Leave a like if you subscribe. Leave a like if you're new. Comment, subscribe as well if you're new. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Peace.